Hello everybody, welcome to Nayax English Lab. In today's lesson, we'll discuss what is phrase, what is clause, and what is sentence, and the difference among them. So everybody know that when a group of words give a complete meaning, that is called sentence. Then what is phrase? Then what is clause? So let's know the difference between phrase and clause and sentence. So first, what is sentence? If we know the sentence, then it will be easy for us to understand what is phrase and what is clause. A sentence is the combination of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Then it is the combination of words which is giving a complete sense, complete meaning, that is called sentence. So we everybody know that a sentence has two parts. One is subject and another is predicate. Okay, and predicate always give information about the subject. We everybody know it. So let's know clause. What is or what are clauses? If we know clauses, then we can know other things also. A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. Where there is a subject and a verb, a clause can be distinguished from a phrase which does not contain a subject and a verb. Okay, then two things we know there. One thing is a clause is also a group of words that include a subject and a verb. And a question may arise: if clause is a group of words that include a subject and verb, then what is sentence? Okay, we will know the difference between sentence and clause later in this class. Okay, then it is a clause is a group of words which contain a subject and a verb. But phrase is something different, which doesn't contain a subject and a verb. Like that, in the afternoon, it is a phrase. Drinking from the bowl, it is a phrase because there is no subject and no verb. Okay, let's know more about phrase. A phrase is a group of words that stand together as a single grammatical unit. It indicates a single grammatical unit. Typically, as part of a clause or a sentence, means we have to confirm here three things. Okay, a sentence is a larger grammatical unit, and just okay below a clause, it is a part of the sentence, but it is not the sentence. And next, a phrase is the part of clause along with the sentence. Okay, a phrase actually does not contain a subject and a verb, consequently cannot give complete thought. Let's know these things in detail with some examples. Okay, before that, let's know the structure of clause. Okay, structure of clause is a subject and a finite verb. If that is a subject and a finite verb, that is clause. Okay, but remember, clause is not a sentence, but it is a part of sentence. Okay, several clauses can constitute a sentence. Ready? Difference between clause and sentence. A clause is a part of sentence. Okay, but you will find several clauses in a sentence. Just see here. I called Ram, but he gave no answer. It is a sentence. What is it? It total. I called Ram, but he gave no answer. It is totally a sentence. But I called Ram. Here is also a subject and a verb and an object. Okay. So it is, as there is a subject and a verb. It is a clause. And here, he gave no answer. He is subject, verb, and an object. It is also a clause. Means there are two clauses in this sentence. Okay, two clauses together constitute a sentence. Okay, let's find. Gopi expects a gift. What is Gopi here? Gopi is a word. Gopi is a gift is a word here. Gopi expects to get a gift. To get a gift. It is a phrase. To get a gift. Okay, Gopi is subject here. Expect. It is a clause. Here it is a clause because it is giving complete meaning till here. Gopi expect. Whatever only he expects. Okay, but the rest part, to get a gift, here there is no subject, no. Okay, although verb, but there is no subject. So it is not a sentence, or it is not a, from here, to get a gift is not a sentence. It is not a clause also. So it is a phrase, just giving an idea, but it is not giving complete idea. Okay. Next, Gopi expects that he will get a gift. Gopi expects. It is a clause. Okay, coordinator here, coordinating that. Yes or not? And next, she will get a gift. It is also a clause because here is the subject and the verb and also object. It is clause. Here he will get a clause, but to get a gift here in this sentence is phrase. Okay, I hope everybody gets some idea, clear idea about what is phrase, what is clause, and what is sentence. So let's know about the types of clauses. Okay, there are three types of clauses. First one is principal clause. It is also called main clause. Okay, and second one is subordinate clause. Third one is coordinate clause. We'll know one by one in detail. So first, let's know principal clause. It is also called main clause. Okay, or independent clause. So let's know what is principal clause. An independent clause or a principal clause or a main clause can express a complete thought. Okay, means such kinds of clause alone can give complete thought, and it can be a standalone in the sentence. Means only this clause can be a sentence. So another idea we got here. Sometimes a clause can be a sentence if it is giving complete thought. Okay, means the clause does not depend on other clause. This clause, principal clause, does not depend upon other clause to give complete meaning. Okay, let's see some example. I saw a man who was crying. Here, I saw a man, it is a clause. Who was crying, it is another clause. It's not, but the first clause, I saw a man, it is giving complete meaning here. Another, who was crying, okay, it is depending. Whatever MB, the first one, the first clause, as it is not depending upon the other clause and giving complete meaning, so it is a principal clause or a main clause or independent clause. Let's see next example. Mitha ate a cheese roll after she watched the news. Mitha ate a cheese roll. It is here, till here, underline word. Okay, it is giving complete meaning. It is not depending upon other. So it is principal clause or independent clause, not depending upon other clause. Okay. Let's see the next example. Even though his mother was a driving instructor, my cousin failed his driving test 6 times. Okay, even though his mother was a driving instructor, it is something is there. It is something. Okay, lack is something there. But the next part, my cousin failed his driving test 6 times. It is giving complete idea, not depending upon other. So this part is a principal clause. Okay, clause means a group of word which has a subject and a finite verb. Here we'll find my cousin is a failed is a finite verb. It's not. So okay, let's see the second type of clause. It is called subordinate clause. It is also known as dependent clause, and I have made types of subordinate clause in my separate videos. Okay, what is this? These are noun clause, adjective clause, or adverb clause. Also, we can say, okay, we can say specifier, complement, and adjunct. I have made separate videos about subordinate clause. Okay, so let's discuss here. What is subordinate clause? I have made separate video about types of subordinate clause. So it is known as dependent clause. A dependent clause is usually a supporting part of a sentence. Remember, a supporting part of a sentence, and it cannot stand by itself as a meaningful proposition. It cannot give alone a meaningful idea in the sentence. These kinds of sentence depend upon primary clause or main clause or independent clause to give complete meaning. Okay, so let's see some examples. I saw a man who was crying. I saw a man. It is the what? It is primary clause. But the next, who was crying? Who was crying? What? Why? That is question. Yes or no? So this is depending. Who was crying? Was crying. Here it is depending upon next one, the previous one. So it is dependent clause. Okay, this part is dependent clause. Okay, Mita ate a cheese roll after she was the news. Okay, after she was the news, what happened? Mita ate cheese roll. Means this part is depending upon the previous one or main clause. So it is subordinate clause. Even though his mother was a driving instructor, my cousin failed his driving test 6 times. Okay, it is the main clause, and this underlined part is subordinate clause because it is depending upon this clause to give complete meaning. My cousin failed. Sorry, even though his mother was a driving instructor, what happened then? My cousin failed his driving test 6 times. Means this part is depending upon this one. Okay. So the clause which depend upon primary clause or main clause is called subordinate clause. Let's know coordinate clause. Before that, I shall tell you. Okay, here we will find who, after, and even though. What are these? These are the subordinating conjunction. Okay, if you find any subordinating conjunction between main clause and subordinate clause or another clause, then that is subordinate clause. Okay, there are you find two parts, two clauses connected with a subordinating conjunction or subordinator, then it is called subordinate clause. Okay, let's find what are the subordinator or subordinating conjunctions. Okay, these are the subordinating conjunctions. If you find in the sentence, then it is subordinate clause. Like that, as, because, since, before, till, after, while, when, if, though, although, unless, least, in order that, so much, so that, as soon as, provided, provided that, as if, that, which, whether, where, why, who, sorry, how, as much as, then, whom, when, what, who, whose, until, as long as, in case. If you find such kinds of these cause, okay, subordinating conjunction in the sentence, then it is subordinate clause. Let's find coordinate clause. Okay, although coordinate clause is a part of sentence, still it does not depend upon other clause to give complete meaning. Okay, it is a, what you can say, part of sentence, but it does not depend on other clause, neither main clause nor subordinate clause. It is a clause of rank and order also. It is called a clause of rank and order. The clause connected with coordinate conjunction is called coordinate clause. If you find a coordinate, okay, coordinating conjunction such as and, but, as well as, yet, or still, both, and, so, not only but also, neither nor, either or, okay, nevertheless, not only, okay, only, that. If you find such kinds of coordinating conjunctions in the sentence, then that is called coordinate clause. The clause actually, okay, connected with coordinating conjunction. It can relate with principal clause or subordinate clause, but okay, it does not depend upon them. Let's find some examples of coordinate clause. Okay, God made the country and man made the town. What is it? Okay, coordinating conjunction, because we find a coordinator here and it's not coordinator here. God made the country. It is a, okay, main clause here, but the rest part, man made the town, it is, okay, coordinate clause. Ram passed, but his brother failed. It is also coordinate clause because it is connected with the coordinating conjunction like but. I met the man who came yesterday. Okay, it is subordinating because it is connected by with a subordinator who. So it is subordinating conjunction. Sorry, subordinating clause. We know that he is not sincere in his duty. It is coordinating conjunction. What that? So it is coordinator. If you work hard, you will be successful. Okay, you will be successful. It is a main clause. Then, but it is coordinate clause because that is a coordinator. If it's not, sorry, subordinator. If, so it is subordinating conjunction. I will do as you tell me. I will do. It is giving complete meaning. Okay, but the next part, it is as you tell me, as it has been connected with a subordinator, so it is subordinating conjunction. I hope everybody gets some ideas about it.